Good morning. How are y'all doing this morning? I hope you're having a wonderful morning. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Lynn. If you're new here, I don't know if I hit my microphone or not. Apparently I'm a klutz. I'm also a knitter and crochet. I do a lot of different crafts, but knitting and crochet are my two favorites. If you're, I think I've already said that. I don't know. My brain. I didn't sleep good last night, and I do apologize if it's not quite, all together today. But I have some yummy clearance stuff to show you. I have a project that I wanted to show you, and I forgot I didn't bring it in here. I'll probably go get it. Actually, hold that thought. Okay, sorry about that. Now, I will do my project first, okay? And then I'm going to get into the yarn that I bought because, hello, yarn. Even if it's on clearance, it's still fun. All right. So, I have all this Hobie yarn right here, right? I bought this with the intentions around Christmas time of making a lot of my, sorry, my nose ring is trying to come out. A lot of my kitchen stuff, like my hand knitted towels, my hot pads. But the problem with that, I love Hobie yarn. This is Hobie Friends Cotton 88. It is so nice and so soft. When I got it, I realized it's a yummy yarn. And I know I do keep saying yummy a lot when I'm talking about my yarn. And it's not food, but it is delicious to my eyes, to my brain, to the senses, yeah. Anyway, so I bought this yarn with the intentions of doing that. And then when I got it, I realized this is not a kitchen yarn. This is not, this is not a kitchen yarn at all. So I used it in my Moogly rainbow baby blanket. And I loved how that, while I was working on that blanket. Now this is done in squares and motifs, and then I joined afterwards. And I did her join because, like I said, I'm always willing to learn new things, and I love learning new things. But, sorry. It's so early. I don't really have my talking voice yet, and I do apologize for that. But I quickly found out that I loved this for a blanket because you get the lightness of the cotton, or the summer quality of the cotton, and then with a lovely feel and drape. So I seen a blanket idea, and I don't know if I don't know. Y'all watch these YouTubes just like I do. So do I give you ideas of things to make? Because when I'm watching other YouTubers, I will see a pattern that I've never seen before. They expose me to different ideas and different patterns and different techniques to where it just lights me up. My brain just starts firing with all these different ideas. So I seen another YouTuber post a blanket that she's doing. And she's primarily a knitter, but she's crocheting this blanket. And I was like, the idea of the blanket, the design of the blanket is what brought it to my brought it to my attention in the regards of the possibilities that I could do with this. And then it has a join as you go method. And I thought, okay, perfect, because we know I'm not a huge fan of weaving in ends. So it's a free pattern on Ravelry, and I will link it down below. It's called the Battenberg blanket, I believe. And I watched Nitty Natty. That's the podcaster that I got this idea from, and she's doing it with some yarn advent, uh, some advent yarn. Well, I don't do advents. I might next year. I don't know. It's July. It's too late to be doing it this year. Um, but I don't know that I would have the funds for an advent calendar because they can get kind of pricey. But anyway, these yarns need to be used. So I created kind of my own advent, so to speak. But we know I love rainbow, okay? And it could be the fact that I was a rainbow baby. My mother had about 3 miscarriages between my youngest brother and me, which I mean that I'm the baby, but the youngest boy, there was 3 boys and then me. Well, the youngest boy, he's 3 years older than me, and no, yeah, yeah, yeah. I had to math for a minute. Sorry. Still early, guys. My brain normally just kicks up and goes, but it's sluggish this morning. Anyway, and I've had my caffeine, so I don't know why it's so sluggish. But that's all right. Anyway, um, give me a second. Give me a second. Mm, talking about my brother for some reason. I don't even know why I brought him up. I know y'all are probably talking to the screen at me because I do it to other podcasters. Um, okay, so I was talking about the yarn, talking about advents. Don't know. Rainbows. See? My brain worked back around. So it might be the fact that I am a rainbow baby because my mom had, if she had had live births with all the children she had, many times as she got pregnant, I think there would have been 11 of us. And there was 4 of us. Maybe 12. I don't know. My poor mother. Um, Unfortunately, this month was 13 years ago that I lost her. And she lived a hard life. And she was an alcoholic. And I for a lot of my childhood, I resented it because, I'm not going to get into all that. It's just, I wish I'd had support as a child of an alcoholic back then. I know now that my mom couldn't help a lot of the things that happened. And I mean, we're all susceptible to being weak sometimes. And I do, and don't don't come at me for that. Not weak is in, we all have weak points in our life to where things get us down emotionally and mentally, and to where we just feel beat down. Okay. That's what I meant. Not that my mother was weak, not that anybody that has mental hard times is weak, because I've been there. It's just, it's a weak point in our life. So I wish I had had that understanding back then. Now, 4 years before my mother died, we almost lost her. She had um, it's like the varices vein. I think it's varices vein. I think it's varices in the esophagus. It's basically, the varicose veins that you have in your legs. Well, you can have those in your esophagus, especially if you're alcoholic and your liver's basically just crap. Well, my mother had those in her esophagus and they ruptured one day. We did not know before that she had this problem. Yes, we knew she had cirrhosis of the liver. Like I said, my mother lived a hard life. She was an alcoholic for, I want to say, it was well before I was born. And I lost her when I was 36, I believe, 38, somewhere around there. Anyway, so she had been drinking for a long time, and her liver was gone. So 4 years before she died, she started vomiting, and none of this was known to me. I didn't know this, but she she was at my aunt's house in Rens, Georgia, which is a good hour and a half from me, and her and my stepdad were there, and apparently she had been throwing up blood and pooping blood for days. My mama was stubborn. My mama was so stubborn. She wouldn't let my stepdad take her to the hospital. So when they were on the way back home from Ren's, my stepdad told her, I'm not going to argue with you. If you want to die, it's your choice, but you need to go to the hospital. And when he took that attitude, it snapped her out of it enough to where she had him call me and said, that mom was bleeding. Mom was throwing up blood to meet me over at to meet them over at the emergency room. And so I did. And terrified out of my mind. And when the doctor came in, he said, I don't know. She's really far gone. I don't know that she'll make it through the night. So they started giving her blood transfusions and all this, and she couldn't even sit up. But she was so frantic. I'm going to share this and then I'm going to stop. She knew that she was dying. And she kept telling me that she needed to hear my heart. And I didn't understand, So she tried to sit up on the gurney in the emergency room. And when I went to go help her up, she put her head on my chest. She said, I hear it. I hear your heart. So the doctors came in and they were trying to work with my mom. In the minute they pulled her away from me and off my chest, you'd be surprised how much how much energy she mustered up, because she went crazy. So I told him, I said, look, do what you got to do. But to keep her calm, let her head stay on my chest, and I will move with y'all. Just in order to save her life, let her do this, and I'll help y'all every way I can. So, oh, good morning. You're my grandpa. Hey, Mayas. Come here. Come here. She's like, you don't let me jump up on you. Hey, pretty girl. Oh, look at there. Oh, that's a sweet girl. All right. Anyway, long story short is they told her, you have to quit drinking. You have to quit smoking. Because she did make it through the night. And they said, the next time one of these veins burst, you may not make it. Because she had ruptured those veins in her throat so much. Now, they cauterized 3, maybe 4 spots in her esophagus. No, it was 1 spot in her esophagus. That was the one that they said that we almost lost her from, because that one started bleeding on the way home from Ren's. She had 3 total that they cauterized, I think. 1 was in her esophagus and 2 was in her stomach. So they told her, look, you can't do this anymore. Your liver's shot. If you want to survive, you have to quit drinking and smoking. And she did. My mom was sober for the last 4 years of her life. And it was so awesome because I got to meet the woman I never had met before. And I realized just how awesome my mom was. My mama had trouble, yes. But my mama was so blasted cool, sober. So all that goes to say is all of those miscarriages took a toll on her too. And maybe, I don't know that that's why I like rainbows, but I have a fascination with them in the regards to where if I see a rainbow, I'm taking pictures. I like rainbow colors. I like putting them all together. I just, and I'm actually surprised my channel didn't have that kind of name in reflecting my love of rainbows. But so, that being said, this Battenberg blanket idea, the original designer used small squares. Her squares were like 3 inches. She had a lot of multicolors and then a solid color. Well, I'm going to do that in a way, but my squares are, and it's just a simple granny square. I'm not finished with this one. She only went 3 rounds in hers, but I'm going 4. She used, I do apologize. She used fingering weight yarn, maybe? No, I don't remember. Like I said, I have the free pattern linked. I'll have that linked below. Um, but anyway, hers measured her. She had 3 rounds to her granny squares. I'm doing 4. Hers measured 3.5 or 3 inches, 3 by 3. Mine measure 4.5. But I'm using this Hobie yarn, and it's going to be a rainbow gradient. Not really a rainbow gradient. It's going to be a rainbow. I don't know if I'm going to go top to bottom, red to purple, and purple being up, because this is for me. I'm finally making me a blanket. I did make me a blanket a long time ago, but I didn't get to keep it. So this one I'm going to make for me. And my husband said, why are you saying, what if someone wants to buy it? And I said, well, I can make another one, right? I have all this yarn. Because this is all after I've chosen my colors in this bag. Yeah. So I still have enough. It might not be the exact colors of my rainbow, but I still have plenty enough because I found a use for this yarn. So I will share more as I get going with that. I do have to buy, I know, this, you would think that I have enough yarn here, but I only have 2 of these little 50-gram balls to make, 2 of the whites. But I don't know I have this color pack, right? Because Hobie has color packs. And I'm trying to decide. I think I'm going to pick my neutral color from this pack. I'm definitely not going to choose that one. I don't want anything that dark. And I don't think I want anything that's just too brown for me. I might end up with this middle one. I don't know. What I want to do is the squares that I've already made, I want to lay them with this or with this. I definitely don't want to go with white. Yeah, I think white would get too dirty. The contrast would be beautiful between the white and the rainbow. But I think something like this, the second color here, or the third color, I do think one of those colors may be my go-to. So I'm going to have to order. I'm using 14 50-gram balls of colored ones. And I have, whichever one I decide to go with, I have 2 of them. So I could buy 12 of those. Yeah, I think I might do that. And I think you get a discount when you order, oh wait, no, it might be, I was about to say 10 or more, but I think that's Joann's, which I will show you in a minute. Um, hmm. I have to think on that. I don't know. But anyway, I wanted to kind of give y'all an update as to what I'm working on. Because, I've been having tutorials and yarn hauls. And so this right here is my Joann's package, my Joann's box. And it literally doesn't even have Joann's on it. So they were having, all right, I know I said I was going to not purchase yarn. Well, I didn't need to purchase yarn yet because of all the yarn that I had bought at Joann's when they had those 4-ounce Lily sugar and creams on clearance. Ooh. Okay. Even though I knew it was in here, I mean, you have to know because you order them. But ooh, wait. 1, 2. Oh, okay. So let me try to get them together because I'm going to show y'all all the goodies. All right. I'm going to try to do this in a way that I can hold it up and y'all can see all the yumminess. All right, we're going to try this. Maybe. Sort of. I'm wanting to do it to where I don't drop any, but I can't guarantee that that's going to happen. All right, let's see if I can do this here. See how all that yummy? I hope I'm getting it in the shot. Do you see this? This is so pretty. When I see, oh, hey Maya, sorry. I hit the puppy dog in the head. When I see all these different colors, okay, I know I showed y'all the whole box, but I'm going to show you what I have in the box. I have, all right, so these big twist yarns. This is a kitchen cotton, but it's also, I've used it for kitchen cotton and I've used it for those bandanas that I make because this yarn has a great drape to it. It can hold up, it can be sturdy, especially if you put it with a Lily sugar and cream. It can be sturdy for a hand towel like this or for a hot pad. In fact, this hot pad is black Lily sugar and cream, and they changed the name on this. And I think that's why these are, because I bought some of these on sale once before in this colorway, water lilies. It's not called water lilies now. Big Twist changed, or Joann's changed the name to, I want to say Sea Glass. But that's fine for me because with all the ones with the water lilies, I get for $1.14. If I had found them in the store, I would have got them for 97 cents, but they didn't have any more in my store. The only ones they had in the store was the renamed Sea Glass ones. But anyway, you see that right there? That is this color with black. So using with the Lily Sugar and Cream, it gives that sturdiness that Big Twist may not have on its own. And that's okay. I don't mind that. But these are great for these bandanas. So I ended up getting, okay, I did go crazy with this order. But when you can get for $1.14, and when you order 10, it took it down to $1.02 a ball. So, and these are what? Oop, these are 50 grams, maybe 55 gram. Okay, so they're not huge. I can make one bandana for two. Okay, I think, yeah, because one bandana, it's almost enough for two, I think, because I don't have my notepad. Where's my notepad? I don't have it with me at the moment. Um, I weighed my bandanas and whatnot to see if I could, if I would have enough in one ball to do it, and I think they were 25. I think they're like 25 grams for one. So that would only leave me with, no, I don't know. I can't remember. I'll tell y'all that another day. But anyway, I think I have just enough. Now, if I were to do a bandana and did like the picot edging with a different color, I probably could do two for each of these. But anyway, it has such a beautiful drape. And I made the water lily. I'll show you. Let's see. Okay. I have, see, isn't that so pretty? I love the way this bandana comes out. And this is the drape I was telling you that the Big Twist has. I mean, it just has such a pretty little natural, it just naturally just hangs. So I wanted to get more of the Big Twist for that drape. Now, I don't know that I don't think I have any more made with the colors that I got in this shipment. I'll have to wait till I do the other shipment when it gets, yeah, we're not, FedEx is a pain in my patootie. Anyway, so this is, I got 10 of these, of the water lily. Now, before you come at me and say, Lynn, you know, you said you weren't going to get any more. I have a lot more in this shipment and a lot more in the next shipment than I've used. But I think I used like 14. Yeah, I think I used like 14 or 15 just in the bandanas. And I took a break because I was working on my socks, and then I was working on that new blanket for me. So I will get back to making my bandanas and whatnot now that I have this yarn. So that was the water lilies. Let me see. Now, this colorway this is the old name now. This one is Aquamarine Speckles. Now, this right here, I only got 6 of these. And I wish I had I have hand towels made of this that I paired with Lily Sugar and Cream. Like I said, it when you pair it with Lily Sugar and Cream, it really adds a sturdiness. But I did a beautiful little striped kind of situation with my hand towels. And then I believe I did a hot pad with these. I don't have all of my hot pads or my hand towels beside me. They are packed up because I took them to the Highway 23 yard sale that I did at the beginning of June, and they have stayed packed up. I need to take them out. I need to take pictures of them because I really need to get my website going so that I can sell these things and get rid of all these things that I've made and have money to buy more yarn. Yeah, I said it. Okay, so we have 6 of those aquamarine speckles, and this one is, I only bought 4 of these fruity speckles. Now, I wasn't sure if I would like this color because I've seen it in the store, but they were very pale. Now, if you've ever used a Lily Sugar and Cream, you know what I'm talking about. The dye lots sometimes are vastly different. You have some that are super vibrant, and then you have some that are very pale and muted and watered down. Well, the ones that the speckles, the fruity speckles I saw at Joann's were never very vibrant. But I am pleased to say I'm very shocked with these. This is a purple, and I want to say like a purpley maroony look. I don't know if you can see that, but it's very pretty. I'm very pleasantly surprised. Had I known this, I probably would have got more than 4. But I also don't know how this is going to work up either, because I did a blueberry speckle. And I did a bandana in a blueberry speckle. I'm going to show you this. It kind of got muddled or muddied to me. I really wasn't a super big fan of the way the color ended up. Now, this is purple and blues. You know, that's my colors. But it didn't wow me. So I'll try the fruity speckles because it might not be as muddied as the blueberry. So we'll see. And then I had gotten some more Multi America, and I did 10 of these so that I could get the dollar. I think it ended up being $1.02 a ball, which can't be. So I got 10 more of these, and that is that beautiful red, white, and blue. Now, I made the granny square bandana or granny stitch bandana with this color. I want to make the simple double crochet bandanas that I've been showing y'all in the other colorways. I want to make those. I want to make some of those in this Multi America too. All right, so I'm almost done. I have just a ooh. Hold on. If I don't put these yarns back in here, it's going to fall off my lap and make a mess. So hold tight. I have to counterbalance the box. Okay. So I bought this, and this is pewter. Now that I have it, I'm really loving the color. I do wish I'd bought more of this. Let me see if they have any more. Yes, I know I'm awful. I can't help it. But if they have any more, I might try to see if I can't get. But with it being a, yeah, nope, no more. Ah, it's gone. It's not even on there. But you know what's funny is it's showing $1.14, which is what I got these for, except when I bought 10 and then I got it for $1.02. It's got my water lily colorway listed as sea glass. So I'm a little confused. I'm definitely confused. So this pewter, it's like I said, it's not even listed on here. All these other colors are. So I don't know. Hmm. Well, I guess that means I'm not going to get any more pewter. But that's okay. It's a beautiful gray. I could definitely. Now, I don't think I would make this a bandana. I might use this in conjunction of other colors if I needed like a solid border and I didn't want to use white. I don't know. I don't know. Um, I am trying to see. I don't know. I was going to see if most of those colors that I got are no longer available. Now I do know. So after I put this order in, I was looking through the website and I happened to see some of the 4-ounce Lily sugar and creams were on clearance. You know, I got the a few weeks ago. I had bought the beach glass and the mod blue. They were $1.97 for a 4-ounce ball, which is awesome. And I got to looking at their website because I was looking at different colors of the Lily sugar and cream because, you know, a lot of the things I make I use Lily sugar and cream. And I was looking for different colorways. And then I seen one that was on clearance. I didn't see any of the beach glass or the mod blue, but I didn't look specifically for those colors because I have a ton of them from finding them in my local store. So I said, when I seen, I can't remember the colorway, and I don't feel like picking up my phone and looking again because I don't like doing that. But anyway, um, it was some blue, and I think it was one of the blues that I used with another color, the hippie color, the hippie from Lily Sugar and Cream with one of my hand towels. So I know that's coming in. Oh, that's what I was telling you. The second order. So I seen those for $2.02. And we've already discussed Joann's has different prices online than they do in the store, and they can't make up their mind which prices they want to use when. One lady told me that they have them cheaper online to compete with online competitors. But as I've told you that I got the Lily Sugar and Cream 4-ounce balls for $1.97, but online they're $2.02. The big twist that I just purchased here was $1.14 online. In store it was 97 cents. So I gave up a long time ago trying to figure out Joann's prices. So the next order is going to be definitely have that blue in it, and then some more clearance yarns. So I will share that with y'all. Now I do have another tutorial coming out Thursday. So give it a watch. I'm trying to remember my order that I did them in. Oh, I guess I'm just gonna keep it a surprise for you because I can't remember at this moment. But anyway, I'm gonna let y'all go, and I hope you enjoyed my little bitty haul. Actually, it wasn't as little as I thought. Let's see. I ended up with. I said I was gonna let you go, and then I got sidetracked. All right, so I got 10 of the sea glass, 10 of the multi America, so that's 20. Then I did 6 of the pewter, that's 26. 4 of these speckles. What were these speckles? Fruity speckles, so that's 30. And then the aquamarine speckles, I got 6. So 36 balls. I better get busy. I don't think my other order that I have, I don't think my second order was that big. Maybe. I don't remember. We'll find out. Either which way, it's going to get used, and I'm going to be busy, and I'm going to have me some fun. And I will keep y'all posted on the blanket. Like I said, I have to order my neutral color from Hobie, so that may put the blanket on hold a little bit because let's see, I've worked on. I love the men in my life. My car broke down in the town that's like 20 minutes that way in Batesburg, and it was a starter. So my husband and my son, they basically did everything. And then my son's friend Bear, he was helping too because my son helps him so much. He just jumps in. He doesn't even think about it. He just jumps in to help. But we spent yesterday. They spent. Let me correct the way I say that. They spent yesterday working on my car, which, to be fair, the starter, the removal and replacement of the starter was quick. I mean, yes, they had to take my battery out. They had to take my air box out and all to get down to my starter. But we had to drive from Batesburg all the way to the other side of Aiken, uh, which is about 40 to 45 minutes on an open road with no traffic. If you have people who don't know how to drive country back roads, it could take you almost an hour. I'm not even lying because it's a 55-mile-an-hour road and they think they have to go 40. We've already said that sometimes I have road rage issues. Road rage. But I'm sorry, if you're going to go 15 miles an hour under the speed limit, get out of my way. But anyway, so they did all the work. I went just in case we had to buy my starter from another place. Otherwise, I could have stayed home and mowed my grass. I did mow my grass when we got home, but I was pushing. I was pushing against dark last night. Oh, but we've gotten so much of that much needed rain that my yard has went beautifully crazy. My grass is growing like you wouldn't believe. When I mowed grass last night, I had so much clippings and stuff shooting out. Now I have mulch blades, but it was like huge lines of um I know the word when it shoots it out the side. Anyway, my words aren't coming. That word is not coming, and that's okay. But I have huge lines of that where normally I only get that if I don't mow for 2 weeks. Usually I mow every week. Now, I don't remember what day it was last week that I mowed, unfortunately. But it's maybe been a week, maybe a week and 1 to 2 days. But it looked like I had waited 2 weeks, and I'm not fussing. I love that we've gotten that much rain. It was so needed because most of our summer has been on the verge of drought conditions because all of my grass was turning brown. It was so fried with no rain and 100-degree days. So I was enjoying. I don't care that I pushed nighttime to get my grass cut. It needed it, but whew, it's a good problem to have. Let me tell you that. So back to the actual yarn content of this whole conversation. While my husband and my son and his friend were all focused on my car, I was sitting on a bench. And Batesburg is one of those teeny tiny little beautiful towns to where I don't know. I like it. I liked sitting out there, and I was sitting there crocheting my little squares while they were working on my car, and kind of I had the Craftsman toolkit right here beside me. So excuse me, sorry. When somebody would bring a bolt or screw or something, I would kind of catalog it mentally and know who gave it, who put it there, and what they were working on, or who did I ask, what were you working on when you needed that bolt. But the drive from Batesburg to the south side of Aiken, it took us a minute. It took us longer to make the drive to go exchange. It was worth it in that sense because the starter was under warranty from Napa. Now, my husband replaced that starter best he can figure when my sons were still in high school. My sons graduated in 2016. So maybe eight, let's see, they graduated 8 years ago. So maybe about 10 years ago that he replaced the starter. So that starter definitely has lasted a long time. So, but they were honoring the warranty, and they exchanged it for free. So I didn't mind the travel time for two reasons. One, it made it to where we were only out of time and effort, not out of money, except for the gas it took. And my husband's got a truck, so it definitely took some gas. But um, we wasn't out of the money for the cost of the starter. And two, it gave me more time to work on my squares for my blanket. So I got a lot of that done, and I think I'm getting 4 squares out of one of these little 50 gram balls. No. Now I done got confused between my big twist and my Hobie yarn. I think these were 50-gram balls. I think that's what I said these were. Yeah. Okay, so these were 50-gram balls, and the big twist was 55. It's a nice problem to have, to get confused on how much yarn is in what ball that I have. But so I can get 4.5 inch squares with some remaining. And I have an idea for the scraps that are left that I might make up some, multicolored, like a rainbow square with the scraps if I have enough. Because once you get into that outer loop, you might need. Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna try it anyway. So that's going to be put on hold while I get that neutral color from Hobie, and I need to decide. I think I'll do that today. I think I'll go in there and lay the colors out that I finished and lay the colors that are still in the little balls, lay them out and lay them with these two different colors and see which one that I want, because I need to get that ordered. Usually Hobie doesn't take a whole long time, except during Christmas. I lost half of my packages in Christmas for this. This was not what I originally ordered, because when they sent it to me, it was in two packages, and one package went, we don't know where. It just got lost. And so I only got half of my package, which Hobie was great. They worked with me. They refunded me the one that got lost. And so I reordered some yarn, and I didn't reorder the exact ones that I'd lost, but it was a close enough approximation. But anyway, uh, it usually takes about a week to 2 weeks, because, it is coming from Denmark and it has to go through customs, which, to get from Denmark to customs really doesn't take that long, but you never know how fast they're going to work through it at customs. So I don't want to put the blanket on hold too long, because I use a little fleece blanket right now over my legs, because I have issues with my knees and they get super cold. But I would love to have this before winter hits. And yes, I know it is August. My winter probably may not hit until December, January-ish. It'll start getting cool at night in October, but you'll still have your super hot days. But I would like to go ahead and get it done so that I can start using it. So I think I might go ahead and try to figure out which neutral color I want today. And this time, I'm for real. I'm going to let y'all go. If you've lasted this long, bless you. Because I do tend to talk, and I love to talk. And I love to talk about yarn and all the crafty stuff even more. So thank you for hanging out with me. And I hope you have a wonderful afternoon, day, evening, night, whenever you get to watching this. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.